Day 53 of showing up for myself. Today's, I guess, life lesson at this point is that mindset and perspective determines everything in your life. How you look at things and how you think of it, and just your own thoughts, literally just shape your life. Whether that shapes it for the better or shapes it for the worse, it really just determines literally everything, because there's always a bright side to everything, but you have to choose to look at that. And there's always a way out of the darkness, and you have to turn on that light. And it's just that important. If you think positive thoughts or just keep a positive attitude, you'll train your brain to see more positive things. I think we kind of by default, we all like keep this negative attitude and you see other bad things in life, but when you flip the script, you see, like, start to see the bright side of things. And I've had a friend argued with this about this with me about like always keeping a positive attitude is kind of draining, and I agree to an extent, but isn't also keeping a negative attitude also as draining? Like, I'd rather be positive and be drained than negative and be drained. And also, keeping a positive attitude doesn't mean masking your emotions. Like, yes, absolutely, there are days where the emotions will take over, and that's fine. You have to address those emotions and process them as much as possible, but then afterwards, in doing so, I'm a person who doesn't really like to let my emotions consume me, especially the negative ones, because it just kind of screws up my head. And I don't know, but having a positive mindset and perspective in life, that doesn't mitigate all the negative things. Those things are always going to happen, and you have to address your negative emotions, because that's a healthy thing to do. Don't ever push them down, but sometimes thinking positive can help you flip the switch a little bit, help you get in a more level-headed mindset. I don't know if any of this makes sense, but I feel like I spent like my entire half of the day consumed by this one thing that happened last night, and I let that emotion process, and then later on in the day I started getting back to my normal level-headed self and started looking at all the good back in my life, and yeah, I'm just nicer that way.